What is going on, guys?
Well, the man says there's a storm warning, but he pulls down his hat and keeps his wheels rolling, chasing the dreams of a back 40 kind of life.
So we've got a decent video for today. We're building a scissor blind, you know, just a basic frame scissor blind for a 14-foot John boat. Gonna build it out of 1/2-inch conduit. It's a really cheap route. It's really lightweight, but it's way more stable and rigid than PVC would be. I'm not trying to use PVC because I don't think it's gonna be strong enough to hold the weight of all the blind material you're gonna have to have. You know, brushing in a boat blind takes a lot of material. It puts a lot of weight on it, and I just don't feel like PVC would hold up to the stress. It would probably ultimately hold up the weight, but I feel like it would sag really bad in the center, and I just don't want to have to deal with that. I don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm headed to the local hardware store now to pick up our materials. 1/2-inch conduit, guys, is a really budget-friendly way to build a regular scissor blind, and I'm actually thinking about building one like this for the kayak. But for a 10-foot piece of 1/2-inch conduit or EMT, it's like $2.35. So, you know, it's a really cheap option, and you don't have to have a lot of it. Just building the frame for the blind, you know, no blind material, no netting, no, you know, none of the shot cord or anything like that. Just the frame. We're probably going to spend maybe 20 bucks. You know, you only have to have 2 linear pieces, 2, you know, side-to-side pieces for the frame, which will be your actual base that mount to the boat. So there's not a lot of material to this. Like I said, we're doing it bare bones. I'm not trying to make anything crazy, you know, extravagant or expensive. I'm trying to be budget friendly because that's the point of DIY, is being budget friendly. You don't want to do something yourself if you're going to spend a lot of money doing it. But that's the fun of it, man. That's the fun of it. We're headed to the hardware now. We're gonna grab our materials, make sure we've got everything we need. We're gonna repair a couple of holes in the boat. We're gonna get the frame built for the blind, and then we're gonna see about putting some burlap on it. We're gonna put some, like, maybe some garden netting, paint all that, kind of make it all kind of uniform, paint the boat some. Got to mount just a little bitty small light bar to the boat, so we've got a little light going in. We're gonna be using a trolling motor, so I don't need anything super bright, just enough to see where we're going. But yeah, we're gonna go grab our materials and we're gonna see how it goes. All right. Well, after a completely confusing trip to the hardware store, we're headed back to the house. When you're buying EMT, when you buy the 90-degree angles, when you buy the 90-degree fittings, they don't come pre-flanged. Not the ones I bought anyway. What they do is you have to buy a little sleeve connector and put that sleeve from the 90 to your straight joint, and that's just more extra stuff you got to buy. And I'm not doing that because I'm budget friendly, and I think it's stupid that they do that to people and make them buy more and more stuff just to make more money. So I traded out the 3/4 joints I had for 1/2-inch, which is the size I was originally trying to use, but they didn't have any 1/2-inch 90s. So after a really confusing trip, it worked out anyway. We have 3/4-inch 90s with 1/2-inch that's going to slide into it as the main portion of the frame. There's a little bit of slack in it. It's kind of loose, and it's not going to look real pretty, but it's going to work. It's going to be effective. I'm going to take self-tapping metal screws and run it through where those joints connect to the 90s, and that'll be all we need. I'll cut off the extra piece we got from the screw. That way it's not snagging waders and, you know, hitting somebody in the shoulder when the blind's up, stuff like that. Gonna get a little bite of breakfast, headed back to the house, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw the blind together. So guys, we're back at the house. Got all of our material put out. I got my helper out. She wanted to come outside and play. So me and Landry are gonna get this blind built on the boat. Slide. Whee! That was a good landing there. That was a good job. Where are you going? Come back over here. All right. So here's a little boat. This is a little 1436 John boat. It's real lightweight. So we're gonna move the strap and everything. We're gonna get our stuff laid out, and we're gonna get the blind built on the boat. Also, just a little announcement. Got the logo made, got some Back 40 TV gear going on. All right, gonna show you what we've got done. Went really basic with it. The local hardware, they had these little pieces of angle. It's got pre-drilled holes in it. Just really basic. These are gonna bolt on the inside here, and it'll have a couple of washers so it gives us some pivot room. And nothing's down tight. This is kind of the setup you're gonna have. And it'll lift up, you know, of course they'll stack in. I have it where it's gonna sit just on the opposite rail because I want it to be tall enough. And then both sides will just lift up just like this. Got another one up here done. You can see I drilled the holes really close to the end of it so it'll fold in right and it won't hang on the inside. And all of the cross pieces, scissor pieces to make it like this, they're all the same length all the way down the boat. It's gonna hang over some, like here. But if you don't do that, your blind, when you put it up, it'll be taller in the back than it is the front because you have shorter pieces in the front. Yeah, it folds better when it's collapsed and it'll trailer better, but your blind's gonna look weird and whoever's in the front will have to be extremely short. Otherwise their head and half their body will be hanging out. All right, so here's the progress. Got it set up a little bit, just kind of mocked up. Got some seat clamps thrown on it. We're gonna tighten everything down on our brackets where we can get it pretty snug here and swivel. We got a line marked where we want our center hole here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get everything tightened down. We're gonna measure these. We're gonna drill that hole through to where our hole comes through here, where we can take our wire keeper pins and slide it through. So then all we gotta do is just pop that wire off, pull it out to lay it down. Like I said, it's budget friendly, kind of the bare bones scissor blind, but it's cheap and it's effective. So that's all we're worried about right now. And I apologize for the wind noise. I'm having to hide behind the corner of my house here. I know the wind noise is probably pretty bad, but you can see it's out in the middle of a big open field here. There's nothing to cut the wind, and the wind's probably blowing 20 miles per hour steady. It's like 44 degrees right now. But I got this nice hoodie to keep me warm. Huh? All right, there it is, guys. Obviously, that's not all the camo we're gonna do to it. I just had a piece of burlap already. The stuff we're actually gonna use for the base out, and then we're gonna put probably some like garden netting, that plastic garden netting over this, and then some shot cord is gonna be, you know, woven into the garden netting, so we can take natural brush from wherever we're at and brush it all in. But there it is. Get the gist of it. We have our little wire keepers here to take it down, to collapse it. All you gotta do is push this little hanger over, push the pin through, and then it'll fold down. Here's what it looks like on this side. Literally, all it does, I'll show you guys, a collapse blind. Pull that pin. And pull this pin. And it just lays out. Then it goes back up the exact same way. Fold them up, put your pins in, and that's it. All right, well, that's gonna end this video. I gotta go finish getting some of the camo and the burlap and netting and everything that we're gonna use to camo the blind in. It's kind of cold out here. This wind is kind of blowing really hard, and my lips are barely moving, so I can barely talk. But anyway, you guys have a good one. Got the hoodies and stuff coming soon. If y'all like the way the hoodies look, if you like the blind build, smash that thumbs up button, hit the like button. Let me know how you feel. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. We're doing DIY projects like this all the time. Thank y'all for watching. God bless you.